What happens when the tournament favorites walk into the biggest ambush of the World Cup? France arrive as the #1 ranked team on the planet. 4 wins from 4, 13 goals scored, the most of any team left in this tournament. Nobody has laid a glove on them yet. Paraguay arrive as the team that just knocked out 4-time world champions Germany on penalties in a stadium that fell silent when they did it. One of these stories gets extended on Saturday, the other one ends. So which is it going to be? Let's break it down. This is the biggest test either side has faced all summer. France have not just won their group, they have obliterated it. 10 goals in 3 group games, then a comfortable 3-0 dismantling of Sweden in the round of 32. 13 goals total, more than any other team still standing. They have scored 2 or more goals in 16 of their last 17 matches across all competitions. That is not form. That is a machine. But here's the thing nobody's talking about enough. Paraguay should not even be here. Before this tournament, there were 31 places separating Germany and Paraguay. In the FIFA World Rankings, Paraguay closed that gap in 90 minutes, then in extra time. Then on penalties, it stands as one of the biggest ranking upsets in World Cup knockout history since 1994. So what does each side actually need from this game? France need to prove their perfect run is not just group stage padding. A team with this much firepower is expected to go deep. Anything less than a quarterfinal would be treated as a crisis back home. Paraguay needs something different. They need to prove Germany was not a fluke. Manager Gustavo Alfaro has built a side that is genuinely hard to break down, losing only 1 qualifier since he took charge. This is Paraguay's chance to show the world that the result was not a miracle. It was a method. 3 names will decide how this match is remembered. Start with the obvious one. Kylian Mbappe is not just France's captain. He is the story of this World Cup. 6 goals, 2 assists. Those 2 assists are exactly why he currently leads the Golden Boot race over Lionel Messi, who is also on 6. Mbappe already holds the record for the most knockout stage goals in World Cup history. He sits just 1 goal behind Messi's all-time World Cup scoring record. Does that sound like a man who is going to slow down against Paraguay? Unlikely. Then there is Michael Olise, quietly having one of the great supporting tournaments. 5 assists already. He is 1 away from matching Pelé's all-time record for a single World Cup. If Mbappe is the finisher, Olise is the architect. Now flip to Paraguay, because this is not a one-sided story. Goalkeeper Orlando Gil became a national hero in the shootout against Germany. He will need to be brilliant again. And keep an eye on Julio Enciso. The Strasbourg winger scored Paraguay's equalizer against Germany, a goal that carried more weight than the scoreline suggests. We'll get to why in a moment. Paraguay have never beaten France, not once in 5 attempts. Go all the way back to 1958. France put 7 past Paraguay in a group stage thriller that finished 7-3. Then came 1998 when France needed a dramatic golden goal from Laurent Blanc in the 114th minute just to edge past Paraguay in the round of 16. It was a warning sign even then that this fixture is never as comfortable as the ranking gap suggests. Since that night, they have met twice more in friendlies, a goalless draw in 2008 and a 1-1 draw in 2014. Then France put 5 past them without reply in 2017. 3 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses. That is France's record against Paraguay. But here's the stat that should genuinely worry Paraguay fans. That equalizer Julio Enciso scored against Germany. Remember that? It was Paraguay's first ever goal in a World Cup knockout match. Their first in franchise history after 5 previous knockout games without finding the net once. So ask yourself this. Can a team that has scored exactly 1 knockout goal in its entire World Cup history suddenly find a way past the tournament's most ruthless attack? That is the question Saturday will answer. Here's how I see this one actually playing out. Paraguay's low block will frustrate France for spells. Alfaro's side proved against Germany they can defend for their lives. They will try to do exactly that here, sitting deep and looking to hit France on the counter through Almiron and Enciso. For a good chunk of this game, it might even look like it is working, but France have too many ways to break a defense down. Dembele and Barcola stretch the pitch wide. Olise picks the lock through the middle. Mbappe finishes the moves nobody else can. Paraguay simply have not shown they can create enough at the other end to trouble Mike Maignan goal. My prediction is France 2-0 Paraguay. I expect Mbappe to get on the score sheet again, extending his Golden Boot lead. Olise should be involved in the build-up to at least one goal. Paraguay will make it a fight, and they will earn respect for how hard they make France work. But this is the game where the fairy tale run finally meets its limit, so that's my call. France 2-0 into the quarterfinals. But I want to hear your prediction. Do you think Paraguay's defense holds up better than people expect, or does France's attack simply have too much quality? Drop your scoreline in the comments. I rate every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Last Touch. We'll be back with every knockout preview through the rest of this World Cup. See you in the next one.